दुःखेष्वनुविघ्नमनः सुखेषु विगतस्पृह वितरागभय क्रोधः स्थितधीर मुनिरुच्यते. Hello friends, this is the 56th shlok of the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and in today's video we will understand this shlok in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the shlok says Dukheshvanuvighnamanah, which means in sorrow whose mind is not agitated. Sukheshu vigataspriha, which means in happiness it does not go into joy. Vitaraga bhaya krodha, which means who eliminates attachment, fear, and anger. Sthitadhira muniruchyate, which means is said to be the monk with the stable intellect. So, in this slok, Shri Krishna is further explaining the characteristics of a person who is sthit pragya, and he is telling Arjun that sthit pragya is the one whose mind is not agitated in sorrow and is not filled with joy in happiness. Sthit pragya is a person who has eliminated the attachment to things and also eliminated the fear and anger. Now, superficially speaking, if I were to tell someone that the most exciting way of living life is to live a life which is not really affected by pleasure and pain, then the normal response that comes is that, oh, such an existence is going to be very boring because there is absolutely no sensation that one feels in such an existence. But the thing is that the reality is just the contrary to that. The person who is not affected by pleasure and pain actually is the one who is living the most exciting life, because his life is the one which is the most receptive to new ideas. The description as was been given in the previous shlok can be used over here to understand this. So, like we discussed in yesterday's video, that our existence in itself is pleasure. Now, in general, what we think is that happiness and sorrow are two different things which are the opposite. But in reality, that is not the case. Actually, there is only happiness or anand. And when the anand is flowing inside us, then we feel happiness. And as this anand flow is blocked, then we start to feel the sorrow. So, our natural state is the flow of anand. And when this flow of anand is stopped, that is when we feel sorrow. So it's not like pleasure and pain or happiness and sorrow are two opposite things. They are basically one single thing. It's just the measure of the flow of anand. Higher is the flow of anand, higher is the happiness. Lower is the flow of anand, lower is the happiness. Now the uh, problem basically is that we obstruct the flow of anand by taking sides. So we can understand it from an example. So let's say that there is a cricket match between India and Pakistan, and so when we take sides, let's, because I'm an Indian, I'll take the side of India as an example. So if we take the side of India, then before going to the match, we are tense that whether India is going to win or not, and so since we are tense, our mind is agitated, and so the flow of anand has been obstructed, and therefore we are not really feeling happiness, we are just feeling anxiety, which is form of a sorrow. Now if in the match Pakistan wins, then we are offended because we were taking side of India, and therefore our mind is agitated, and so we do not experience the flow of anand, and therefore we feel the sorrow. Now if India wins in this situation, then only we become relaxed and our mind becomes quiet because we got what we wanted, and so because of that the flow of anand is not obstructed, and so we experience happiness. So this is the idea which we also discussed about in the shlok yesterday. But the basic idea is that whenever we take sides, then we end up creating obstruction in our flow of ananda, because if we are taking sides, then we are susceptible and we are uncertain about the outcome for that particular side in itself. Unfortunately, our own very existence is based on taking sides, because we live in a wrong state of mind where we identify ourselves with our ego, and therefore we take sides. And it's this taking the side which really makes us feel the sorrow, because the flow of the ananda is obstructed. And so only the person who becomes sthit pragya, whose mind has become stable, which is not really taking any sides, which is not really giving preference to anything, can really experience life in itself the way it is. That is the only person who would have seen the match of India and Pakistan in a way where he was not really taking sides, and therefore he enjoyed the match in itself. Not only did he like the good cricket game played by the Indian team, he also liked the good cricket game played by the Pakistani team. So for him, it was not really about which side wins and which side does not win. He was basically just paying attention to the match itself, and therefore he was the most receptive towards watching that match. So that way you realize that the person who is sthit pragya is the person who is not affected by these pleasures and pains and things like that, or whatever is happening. He is the person whose mind is very stable and who is just experiencing this life as it is, whatever it is, what is true in that sense itself, and therefore he is the one who really in the truest sense experiences this life. So that is the message that was presented in this shlok. I hope I have explained that shlok well to you. With that, I'll close this video. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.